Chat, here we go. We got ourselves another match today. It is going to be Nwpo versus Atow. I believe we just had discussions on how to say Atow correctly. Hopefully I'm close. Very hard emphasis on the A is what we decided. Of course, everyone else in the world says I say Nwpo wrong as well. All the Feer fans, you'll know them if they ever say Nwpo. If you catch them speaking about these players and you hear them say Nwpo, you know they're a real one. And if they say Nwpo, then you know they're either everyone else or they're probably a Johnny fan. And if they say Nwpo, then you know they're a Jack fan. So there you go. That's how... Let's just say 5. I'm assuming 5. It's usually 5 is assumed. Let's just go with 5. Yeah, that's how you can discern where people have watched Nwpo play. Right now he's up 2-0. Atow is currently ranked 5 in the world. He has grinded really high in ones, and he's played really well in the show matches he's played in. I'm trying to think of his most recent losses. He played for Europe, right? Oh no, he played for... Not for Europe. He played for... Oh yeah, no, Europe. Sorry. Europe in the World Cup. Because there's a team of Braziers, Atow, and Jorias, right? I believe that was a team. Can't remember who he ended up losing to. He's definitely gotten some impressive wins. And he has another part of 1v1 skill that feels necessary, which is that he's 15 years old. All the youngsters seem to absolutely pop up. This is a great hook shot from Atow. Nwpo trying to pick up pads in preparation for an extended defense, but he didn't have an extended defense. It ended quite quickly. What about Nwpo? No. It's all about which vowel. Nwpo's farming the kickoffs. I think it's probably worth looking at because I think this is not the first kickoff that he's won. He just went standard left side push right. But when you look at this and you read it in English, every English speaker feels the need to insert a vowel between N and W because otherwise you don't know how to say it. And I chose, I guess, E. Johnny chose another O. Jack chose like an I or something. And he added an extra I somewhere. An I between the W and the P as well. Nwpo or something like that. Nwpo's a madman. He plays so fast. And he is all over the place. We just watched a series of Dark where Dark tried to stay in the orange half. You see Atow hitting the zap dash. Where Dark tried to stay aggressive in the orange half the whole time. He's also playing the blue team. And he just could not do it successfully without Juicy counterattacking. Well, Nwpo is showing how it's done. How you can just stay all over the ball regardless of where it's at. Find a way to score it. Now, Atow for the first time in a while has a full field dribble. The reset. And Nwpo has the save. In fact, Atow's going to throw him a what a save. Thought for sure he was getting away with a goal there. Atow off the bounce. He's got the top right. Yeah, wait, he's got more than just the top right. Nwpo was swinging around wide, and so I was going to say the top right's available, but Nwpo actually swung so incredibly wide that half the net was available. I saw somebody ask why Nwpo got banned. It's the same reason that most the prodigies got banned. They all played on someone else's account before they were 15 years old. And then some people got banned because they played alongside other people who played before they were 15 years old. It's a classic way to get yourself out of RLCS for a full year. It always feels like it's going to be so long when the players first receive the ban. I remember when Nwpo got his, it's like, oh man, a full year from now. I mean, you just never know. Will he still be as good as he is now? Will he lose motivation? Well, feels like it's almost over now. Even though he still has another split he has to sit out. It turns out he's just as good as he always was. Something tells me he'll be right back in form. Next season, Nwpo will be Mina's best player. Okay, FUS goes even farther to say he's not just in form. Well, actually, to be fair, when he first played his last split, he might have been the best player in Middle East. It seemed like he was pulling Cola up all the way into second place. Rizzo, thank you for the raid. Saw Rizzo was on the grind today, according to his title. Right now, Atow's on his way back into this game after a 4-1 lead for Nwpo. He was doing his best. Great separation, and he couldn't hold on to it for long. The difference, I think, has been Atow has been able to cover his net and defense when Nwpo has been ultra aggressive. Something that he wasn't doing at first. It's a solid save to counterattack. Who do you think is going to win, Zen or Rawas? Such a tough question. Although I do think probably Zen. I think Zen will make the miracle run. Zen has been going through a trial by fire right now, and each battle improves him even more. Zen has played all the top players, which if you told me that within the last week Rawas had also played against all the top players in preparation, like, okay, they prepared equally, but I almost feel like each one of these games also additionally prepares Zen for the next one, to the point where it's hard not to bet for a prepared Zen. And I don't know whose motivation is stronger. The motivation to, first off, Atow is going to tie this up. The nice low dribble. 21 seconds left to go. And Nwpo could not find a way to challenge effectively while shadowing. But whose motivation is stronger? The motivation to continue the streak, or the motivation to be the person who ends the streak? Either way, I think that's why you see 6,000 people coming in to watch, because everyone wants to find out which is going to come. Atow might be able to steal this game after playing from behind for so long. Nwpo gets the first save. Will he be around for the second? He will. In fact, Nwpo is actually going to get underneath this. He pops it up to himself to give himself time to grab boost, but that is a game ender. He could not afford to touch the ball away like that if he wanted a chance at 0 seconds. What? No way! Is this just in? Oh, it's not. I thought that was the craziest ending kickoff I've ever seen. You just sneak it right by them directly into the net, even though Atow wasn't faking or anything. Reset off the ceiling. Doesn't lead to anything. He's trying to steal all the boosts on the map. He got all the boosts on his left side. Nwpo dove. I think he thought that Atow was going to be ultra passive. After stealing all the boosts, maybe Nwpo's thinking, oh, I bet you he's overconfident and he's not going to protect the ball and play it early. He thinks I'm going to leave, so I'm just going to dive and try and surprise him. Either that or he just liked that chance better than turning and shadowing with 0 against someone with 100. But the risk did not pay off, and the comeback is real in game number 1. So the Belgian will take the early lead. Yo, Nova, thank you for the brand new Prime. Monkey Moon is about to break the world record. I think that Monkey Moon already did break the world record. At the very least, Monkey Moon tweeted that he broke the world record. Oh, what a demo. Wait, this was a crazy save. Wow. It's not going to show us back. That's the unfortunate part about saves. That seems so free for Nwpo. And the only way out of it was going to be a demo, but also a demo where Atow didn't actually own goal it, which is going to be hard to avoid. So it's actually super impressive. He's throwing a Feer. I'm not sure why. Stop saying Atow. Wait. I'm not saying it wrong. It's confirmed. Wait, I used to say Atow, but everyone made fun of me. So is that wrong too? I told you... Wait, why did I say GG? Oh. The last time that I asked in my defense, I think I can say it however I want. And the reason why I'm going to say I can say it however I want is I asked Atow, I think that's how I used to say it, how to say it. And he said, like Atow. He just spelled his name back out. Like Atow. I don't know. And I was like, what? How do you say it? Atow. It's impossible. I'm just going to call him Big A. Nwpo getting his first goal. I could say Nwpo easier, so if he could just score for the rest of the show match. Kickoff win for Nwpo. He got his early lead in game 1 off of kickoffs, and he's maybe trying to work his way back into this one with kickoffs. Just waiting until until the player in orange had to creep out of that corner before putting it behind him. Nwpo gonna tie up. Good 50 on the wall. Atow had a ton of boost to work with. Isn't it just Atow? No, it's definitely not Atow. I'll find it eventually. You don't worry. But it's not Atow. Atow. Maybe. Toe is how it sounds at the end, right? Oh my goodness, this is a great play. This is a great play by the player in orange. Team Liquid's Belgian player doing such a good job of faking the musty after the reset before going to the ground and dashing it into the bottom corner. It's A2. No way it's A2. It's Atow. Atow. Oh, wait a second. Is that the way to think about it? Player in orange. What's wrong with that? No, I think that chatter may have just given me the recipe. That would have been such a sick psycho. I like to hype up misses. Even though he didn't get anywhere close. Imagine if he did. No, I like what somebody said, Atow. Does that sound right, chat? Did I find it? Atow. Wait, nice shot? Is he saying nice shot for Nwpo? Is he saying nice shot for me? Just call him annoying orange? No. We could call him orange team the rest of the match, but yeah, that's by Zoke. Somebody else said it in chat too. I need to always rearrange the letters in my head to like spell the way I want to pronounce it. And I think Atow could be it. AT space O. Assuming I'm saying it correctly. Why does everyone keep saying Atow? That is just not right. Unless like the British people say Atow differently than I do. Atow with a nice air dribble bump. It's the smallest little air dribble bump of all time. Five, halfway through the game. I can't believe we're on pace for a 10-10 game right now. Nice save by Nwpo, but it's not going to be enough. What a recovery! I didn't see how he landed. Atow was a bit slow. But still, Nwpo was so fast. Back out, and then the fake. Back the other way. Great defensive effort. I don't know why I'm so surprised that Nwpo was surprisingly fast. At some point, I'll start to expect the speed. But it isn't yet. Nwpo trying to play a bit of keep away. Goes Atow's low. And if you can pop the ball and keep it at double jump height, it can be really tough to deal with as a defender. Atow's taking a bit of a risk. as he dives out to midfield, but the risk might pay off depending on how this 14 boost attempt for Nwpo goes. He's trying to dash underneath Atow in order to get him to dodge the demo, guaranteeing he wins the race to the corner boost. Unable to grab the midfield, though. It's been a boost battle back and forth the past 30 seconds. Who's going to come out on top? Nwpo not leaving. I don't know where he got this boost to work with. Must have passed over a few pads or gotten 100 when I wasn't looking. This did not seem like he had enough to stick around. He's able to dodge the demo attempt, and now he's working with 50. These two in the corner. Nwpo's going to be able to escape. That recovery was not it, and Nwpo knows it. You could see that slight mess up. That's all it takes. I want to watch Atow again. Missed his wave dash, and it's over. You know, these players are too good for you to get away with any sort of mistake like that. Oh, what an angle. Nwpo on the kickoff to run it up even more. Atow doesn't go to it and needed to jump here, needed to be aggressive. Didn't think it was possible that Nwpo could get it off the volley directly into the net. Nwpo gonna get a ninth. Kickoffs have been heavily in his favor. Yeah, so wants to go next. I want to watch this one for a second. Oh, delayed kickoff just didn't work. Nwpo with game number 2. Tying up the series. Game number 3. Atow's going to completely disregard the kickoff in an attempt to regain control of what has been a bit of a slip and slide away from his momentum. And it's not going to end now. Nwpo, kickoff win. Even though he didn't get possession right away, it took him 10 seconds to regain control. Losing the kickoff battle can tilt you out of a game completely. If you can't seem to find the answer to someone's kickoff, this is assuming that you're mixing up and faking and doing every kind of variation you can and still losing every single one, it can feel really hopeless. And that's not the case for Atow right now. He's fine. He definitely has a kickoff disadvantage in the series so far. Nwpo gonna get a second. Once again, off the kickoff. Standard kickoff this time. Went right, flip left. Now we see Atow delaying the kickoff, and that hasn't worked. Nwpo's not wave dashing, and this delay farms the wave dash, but Nwpo's not doing single jump wave dash kickoffs. He just has a really solid standard. In fact, I don't think Nwpo's really switched it up at all. Maybe he's changing the ways. Oh, never mind. That was a wave dash kickoff, so maybe he's been doing more of them. I just haven't been noticing. But Atow matched him and got a possession, but hasn't been able to do much with the possession. Nwpo ceiling resets. Won't be back to the ball. Nice demo, so it'll be time for Nwpo to set up whatever he wants, which usually leads to something exciting. He pops the ball immediately because he's addicted to speed. Even when he has all the time in the world, he wants to rush it as quick as possible. Finch out of the corner. Left. The ball vulnerable. Atow just barely couldn't get there. Long shot for Nwpo, so 4-1. The kind of leads don't feel like they're that great as long as the kickoff game is neutral for you, which is not the case right now. Nwpo with a clear advantage. Makes it feel like the lead is just likely to extend even further. Nwpo popping the ball on a tight angle. Got Atow to make a bad jump off the wall. I mean, he was forced to cover the shot, but you want to try and cover the shot and stay in net best you can. Atow launched himself far out to the midfield. Second goal for Atow. Big kickoff, Nwpo immediate goal. Has the read on these. I'm not sure what the answer is for Atow. Seems to be setting up well. Just thought Nwpo was going to play it slower and decided to dive on him. If he had retreated back into net and just shadowed preparing for the shot, you might have been able to get the save. Nwpo was just picking him apart in the kickoffs over and over again. This time a standard kickoff win to the right, and the follow-ups have been all in Nwpo's favor as well. To be fair, there's a little bit of damage control Atow could be doing after losing some of these kickoffs. And Nwpo is exposing him for not doing it. Demo. Nwpo flipping out to the ball. First touch resets, threatening everything, and Atow is able to get the save. Such a good position from Nwpo with the ball. And the reset. Just felt like there were so many options. Atow had the right read. Now Nwpo to the sky again. This one, way less options because he's targeting the back wall. So if he is going to shoot, you know exactly what he has to do so. Atow's finally on offense. I haven't seen him on offense in what feels like so long because he's been stuck in defense off of kickoff possessions that haven't worked. And then, yeah, he wants to go next again. This game hasn't been going well for him. And the first time he gets possession, he's not able to score on it. I can understand why that's frustrating. He needed that to work. Minute 30. It'll be another win for Nwpo. Trying to get the gentleman's sweep by getting one more. Do I think it's worth it if a MENA team moves to Europe? I think MENA will get another spot at majors, right? Then I can't see why you'd want to move. And I don't think the Falcons would ever need to move with their current domination of the region. Maybe Rule 1, who thinks that they could get one of EU's spots, maybe would want to move, but I don't expect to see the MENA teams moving. Oh yeah, you're right. I was supposed to run an ad. This could be our first ever ad mid-game, which would be devastating. Nwpo, air dribble bump for a second. He is picking up right where he left off in these previous games. He's trying to speed run it for me so that the ad doesn't run in overtime of game number 4. Nice shot by Atow. Damage control needed to start now. I don't know if you could afford a few more goals for Nwpo before you got started. It's another great threatening shot. Getting the reset in a great position. But Nwpo feels the need to come off the wall to protect the middle of the net. And then Atow rolls underneath. You definitely rolled an ad after last game? I don't think so. You might have gotten hit with a pre-roll ad. Nwpo with the full field to attack. Takes to the air and probably needed to use the reset, but it was a bit low, so didn't feel confident in doing so. Atow has the counter. Nwpo did not protect the ball well enough to prevent the booming clear to set up the goal. Oh my goodness. Almost a crazy save, but instead, more Nwpo kickoffs, more Nwpo leads. Nwpo trying to wall dash, trying to flip onto the wall clean, instead slammed the side of his car into the wall. That's what he meant to do. Now he's going to try and punish Atow for going out to midfield to grab 100, but he did not do so. The long shot, had it been on target, might have been the third goal. Atow looking for a double. Nwpo up off the wall to save it. Now he's going to try and rush back the other way. Reset does not bring it all the way to the ground. He's brought the last few to the ground. Thought maybe he could bait Atow out into trying to challenge him there and then surprise him by shooting over the top, but that did not work. Instead, he'll eventually get a demo. Oh, not a quick shot. Oh, he puts it behind. And I mean, I feel like the left side of the net is just open for him. I could be wrong about that. He was worried about an Atow respawn and recover, so instead he waited a beat and then put it behind the panicking defender. Atow going bounce dribble. When given the world to work with, he actually had a very desirable wall to air dribble setup if he wanted to on the left side. Passed it up, preferring his ground game in this matchup right now. He's going to need to really turn around the momentum after 2 forfeits in the previous games and another big lead for Nwpo. Feels like not a lot's working for him. Nwpo is he going to get this back on target? No way! I didn't even think this was a real shot attempt because it didn't seem possible with the initial touch being so far right, but he gets the reset double and slots it right in the top right. That is absolutely shot of the match. An unbelievable dribble by Nwpo. And when you're trying to claw your way back in as Atow, that's not what you want to see. But hey, this is what you need. You need Nwpo getting a bit overexcited and maybe handing you a couple free goals to keep you in it. Oski is here to help. Oski just joined and left the party. I thought he was going to come in to help his Team Liquid teammate. Nwpo unable to get the pinch, which leads to another opportunity for Atow. Nice shot. Keeping himself in it. Atow in and out of the net. Or sorry, Nwpo in and out of the net after pre-jumping. Did not get the correct read. Nwpo losing this kickoff. Atow really aggressive in an attempt to score that. It didn't seem like there was actually an angle to do so. Not with Nwpo right there. Great save by Atow. Could have been tough. Nwpo tried to force a 50 in. Big miss. Nwpo is just letting Atow back in. Credit to Atow for staying calm and patient to set up plays like this where Nwpo can miss. They still feel like if Nwpo was on his game, he'd be able to prevent this comeback. He's going to hand one over to Atow, who returns a bit too much. Has a dribble falling from the ceiling. Launches the musty. Nwpo's going to send it right back in the air for the quick counterattack. This one too high. Does he have the follow-up? Decides not to go for it. A bit too risky. Atow off the wall. Nwpo flying from the air. Back down to the ground. But the shot is eventually placed. No hook shot for Nwpo. He swung too wide of it. Seemed like he was maybe trying to set something up. Either a hook shot or a boost grab. Either will work. Now all the way from the back corner. Needs to be careful on these dribbles. What's most important is that he doesn't enable a counterattack opportunity because he does have a 1-goal lead, and he did not do that. He made it possible for Atow to get right back in it. He tried to flip to the ball and even last second looked to bump him to prevent him from tying the game. But tying the game he did, and these guys insist on going to overtime when this automatic ad is going to run. Surely we'll see some 0-second madness Atow reset to get it over the top of Nwpo. Dove in. Needed to get this touch on what was going to be a takeaway with a big boost advantage for Nwpo if he didn't stop him. Now he's able to reset the midfield. That is not it if you're Nwpo. Just kind of gave the ball over. So now he's going to be playing defense. Atow, the fake, and he kept it up. It is 0-second magic. They wanted to make sure the automatic ad did not run for all the viewers. And he did so by not letting the ball hit the ground on the goal line and faking the air dribble or the pop to get Nwpo up. We're looking at game 5 in Nwpo versus Atow. Is he going to make it before the kickoff? He did! He clutched it! All right, I was going to try and pause the game. But Nwpo clutched it and made it in right before the final second of the countdown. And Atow will take a lead, something that it feels like we haven't even seen for him very much because he got the lead only at the last moments in the previous game. But a kickoff win is the key. If he can equalize or taking advantage on the kickoffs, that will certainly be covering up his biggest weakness. So dashing his way onto the wall into this dribble, trying to win a 50 through Atow, but he's done a good job not letting any of these air dribble 50s find their way in. Nwpo from the high wall. Nice wave dash catch. Got his reset and used it to slam the ball to the bottom left corner from Atow's perspective. Not sure if he dashed or not, but after threatening high, Atow was completely out of position. Nwpo setting up a wave dash 50, and now taking the ball straight down center field. See, doing that 90-degree turn, an attempt to have the backflip move the ball behind the defender. Atow was there. Nwpo just trying to clear. He's trying to wall dash to stay on this ball. I was going to say with 0 boost, all he can really do is try and plan an effective clear. He tried to prove me wrong by wall dashing to stay in the play. Multiple 50s outside the orange nets. Another one pinches the ball high. Atow has the huge boost advantage. He's got a high bounce in order to follow up for an air dribble, and Nwpo is actually going to cover the air dribble 50. You can see Atow seemed like he was pulling off of the ball to make sure he landed clean. All right, really just underneath it the whole way instead of staying up high to cover it. Oh, I didn't realize the chat was in emote only. Did it get did it get dicey in there? It's got to get pretty dicey for Swirls to feel like you had to go emote only. Nwpo's going to hand over a catch and flick. Nwpo pinching really as a defensive precaution. Air dribble setup was going to be very clean for Atow, and Nwpo didn't want it. He has played best, it feels like, in the back 10th of Atow's half. He wants to just play right outside the net and never, ever give Atow a bit of space. He's read this fake kickoff, but maybe a bit too late as he taps the ball into him and is unable to get anything considerable. Oh, Atow did not realize that he could potentially lose this. He's driving behind the ball. He reversed to the ball and then was driving back forward because he thought he was going to get a clean touch. Instead, Nwpo is quick to counter. Nwpo reset catch. Gonna be able to get away with what was a mechanically poor setup because Atow nowhere around. I don't think this is what he planned to do originally, but he stayed around the ball and was able to play it off the bounce. In fact, Atow maybe even thought that Nwpo was out of sorts. That was why he was going to be able to challenge, but no. Nwpo's always in control, no matter what it looks like. Wall shot for Atow. He's able to push Nwpo away in the midfield. Nwpo spent the first many games of this series converting on every kickoff win like that, but it's slowed down now. In a crucial game 5, Atow quick to the ball. Nice flip to get back on. It's actually very impressive, and now he's in the right position to collect this and prepare for another shot. So, very important recovery. Might lead to a goal if he can continue this long enough. I don't think Nwpo has a ton of boost to work with. Yeah, both of them very low. That's going to be a bit high. First 100 in a while is going to be for Atow, and Nwpo, I think, got enough space that this isn't a guaranteed goal. But it's certainly going to be a tough position. Oh, interesting flick. It's like a knuckleball flick. He meant to put a lot more on it, it seemed. And then it ended up coming up a bit slow and low, and Nwpo was not ready for such a soft shot. Nwpo kickoff win into the wall to air dribble. There, and he sees Atow jump off the wall, and then it's just free. It's a layup line for Nwpo at that point. Atow needed to wait a bit longer. Interesting. Nwpo definitely saw the disregard of the kickoff and decided to just slam it into the corner anyways. Certainly something I haven't seen somebody do in an attempt to counter. He is somebody who just wants to rely on his speed. He just tried to dive into the corner and see if he could outplay him from there. Atow, air dribble bump. Put himself within one. He's got a minute to make up one more goal. Oh, look at that. There it is. Tie game. Atow losing the kickoff slightly into his half, but had just enough boost for a power shot. Nwpo wasn't expecting him to shoot early. Seemed like he was maybe turning in field right at that moment to go pressure Atow's carry. Nwpo long shot. Don't think this is in, but it is going to force Atow into net. Tried to immediately send it right back, but Atow's great recovery. Got him a nice clear. He's looking for a tight angle. Couldn't find it. Next goal could be the one for either one of these guys. Nwpo coming out to meet the ball, never backing down no matter what kind of control you have. He is going to be aggressive, and he dives out as Atow was looking to take that ball back to midfield. He forced him to turn back in before he wanted to. He's able to get a favorable 50 that way. Delayed kickoff for Atow. That had not been working at all previously. He had such a tough time, as not only did they not go his way, I felt like the majority went as immediate goals for Nwpo, but he brings it out when he needs to clutch out a kickoff the most. Nwpo does not have a ton of boost to work with, but has enough to be a pest and not like this dribble start. Atow has to go to the ground. Nwpo decides to wait on the goal line. Air dribble bump. It'll be a 0-second goal. I'm surprised Nwpo didn't challenge when Atow had to go to the ground. It's not like he had a reset there. He didn't get a reset and then fall, which would have been, maybe harder to time it. But either way, Nwpo had faith in himself to just make a goal line save, and he did not. So it all comes down to one goal in overtime of Game 5. Atow, he did it. He bumped it. It's going to be a goal. He just took Nwpo all the way into his half to finish the series. It's a GG's. It is quite the tilter if you're Nwpo. Nwpo was living on the orange-black wall, or not black wall, the orange back wall all series long, but it's going to be his demise diving in so deep in the final overtime. Atow takes it in a thriller.